Hey, how you doing? This is Russell Wilks, R-U-S-S-E-L-L-W-I-L-K-S, and this is the Muscle Voodoo online channel. And now in this clip I'm going to be answering a question. Answering a direct question from a subscriber, Sergio, a guy called Sergio, who is in Aravaca near Madrid in Spain. Aravaca, by the way, was where the filmmaker, actor, producer, director, magician and all-time bon vivant Orson Welles lived when he lived in Spain in the 1950s and 60s. Don't say this channel is not educational. Anyway, Sergio has a dilemma. I'll explain. Sergio lives in Spain, he's Spanish, etc. as well. He's been unemployed basically for the last 6 years, since whenever, and he's had a hard time getting a job. He has now managed to get himself a full-time job. Before he had part-time jobs and he was doing a lot of training. He was doing training 6 days a week, training more as a bodybuilding style training. Now he can't afford to do that because of the fact he's working 60 hours a week, including the weekends, etc. However, he wishes to continue training and he will be doing 1 or 2 sessions at the gym when he can per week. He's also got himself some expanders, strands and some other gear to train with at home, and he wants to know, he says his time is limited, etc. He's working 60 hours a week, blah blah blah. He wants to know a couple of short sessions that he can do with the expander. He's got a couple of expanders and he said some of them are quite heavy and adjustable and stuff. And the main one he wanted me to answer was triceps question, as in can I give him a short tricep blast basically, and yes I can, I believe I can. So essentially, Sergio and anybody else watching this, basically going to show you 4 tricep exercises now, 4 of them. The first one, the whole point I think with expanders is the fact you don't have to use them to replicate what you do in the gym. You can do pretty much everything you do with a barbell, dumbbell, etc. You can do with an expander versions of it. But the great thing about expanders, as well, is the fact that you can generate strength and power and develop strength and power, etc. from every circumstance, etc., from every position. So the great thing about this, you might have seen this on other videos, other people have done this. It's an overhead side triceps press down, if you like. And essentially, this expander is a little bit too long. I've got other expanders that are shorter than this. But anyway, the point is you're going to hold your arms in this kind of W shape. The W shape is one of the fundamental positions. If you think about it, when you do a back squat, you're in a W shape, like so. The hunk of the upper body with this high bar, with this low bar, it's some kind of W shape. The arms are supporting, the back is involved, shoulders are retracted, etc. Same with the expander with different positions. So this position, you saw me on other videos doing side presses, front side press and back side press from a W position. You need a W position for this as well, slightly higher though. What you're basically going to do, you can do them palms in or palms out. But basically, you want to hold your arms so that they are 90 degrees that way, and 90 degrees up about from between the ulna, the bottom of the ulna and the top of the ulna, or the elbow to the wrist. 90, 90, like so. Try to get that position. And essentially, what you're going to do is smoothly breathe in, hold your stomach flat, and pull out like that with one joint movement, with a single joint movement. There. Try not to get your shoulders, try not to move your shoulders, and try and keep it. It's a very short movement with a longer expander, but I can already feel that in my triceps. Again, if I just do this and back. And of course I don't have to use the handles. I can just grip the expander themselves, therefore making it shorter. This one's about 240 pounds of resistance, so with these 3 cables in, but grip it like that, again like that, and come out. And it is an isometric, and I just hold it there, and that is pretty awesome for my shoulders and my triceps. Not much of a movement, as I said, with a longer expander. But again, that position there, we just pull and keep your shoulders not involved. Okay, the next one is something called the swimmer, which essentially is like a reverse standing fly, but basically again you're trying to get one joint isolation. Now obviously with an expander you won't get the true isolation that you can get with a cable stack or with a dumbbell, because when you're working with the expander, everything works together. But there are certain exercises and movements that sort of foreground certain muscle groups. So this one is you put your hands facing away like this. Again, you want to try and keep it so it's a single joint movement. On other videos you see me maybe doing a reverse fly, a reverse standing fly. A reverse fly, which is mostly a back, chest, shoulders movement, etc. You can do a palm in, palms in, or you can do palms out. And the swimmer is almost exactly the same as this, apart from the fact you want to get that pressing out with a single joint. So you might have to use a lesser resistance expander, because that's quite a hard movement to do, right? But ultimately you're doing this, and if you wanted to, you could do the reverse fly, the chest pop out as well. But I'll just do this, which is palms face out, like so. And you want to get a kind of pull back. Try and keep your shoulders down as well, so the traps don't get involved so much, and just and hold. Doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like much at all. However, it's pretty mega for all of the upper body as such. Another one to do, I'll have to change the angles for this. Obviously you can do a standard behind the back. Actually, we flip it over the back, and we'll do a standard overhead tricep movement, like a press out, like this. If you hold it really tight, 8, and that way, again, bring it over the back, into a back press, down like that, and you want it to be a step one kind of joint. The thing about this, like I said, this is about 240 pounds. So ideally you need a different kind of strand, maybe a lighter strand. Some people would want a lighter strand. Then there's another movement which is called a standing belt pushback. And I'll change the angle of the camera so you can see that bit better. Hang on. Right, so I've changed the camera position, and now I'm going to do basically a type of overhead downward cable press. Now, it's not as good as using a cable stack, but as you can see, I've got a beam overhead, and I've got the expander lined up like this. I'm going to have to squat down in order to get a decent extension. You'll see me doing this, keeping this joint steady and stable. You'll see me doing down and out, pushing down and out like this. So I'd squat down like so, get stable with my back against this. The expander will go that way, and I basically want to press down and out, down and out, down and out, and hold it for an isometric, like so. Do a few reps. And hold. That'll work your triceps quite hard. It'll also work your brachioradialis there as well, and also your serratus there. That's really good for your abs, doing this downward pulling motion. Really fantastic for your serratus there. But remember, you want to get the similar kind of as you're doing a cable pull down. So it's literally kind of extend out and then pull down, separate. That'll do for that. In terms of what I mean is, if you can't get the gym, can't get the cable stack, you want to use the expander, just do that instead. Okay, next I'll go on to doing a belt, a pushback against the belt. So, okay, so this now is basically a standing belt pushback, and there's actually a barbell exercise, a lot like this, an all-time barbell exercise. Excuse me a minute, where essentially it was like you're doing a rear shrug with a barbell. You bend slightly forward with a slight hip hinge, and you push back like that, keeping your shoulders down with the barbell, and it's basically a double arm barbell pushback. This is very similar with the belt. I'm going to put the belt across top of my thighs as such. Palms, again, the palms are in like that. So I'm in this position like this. Keep them down, keep your shoulders down, and then basically just going to push back. It's an isometric, it's not going to be very much movement. sort of keep your shoulders down, push back, 1, 2, 3, push back, and then start to push up and hold. Like that. And this, from the front, it's the same kind of thing. You just see this kind of movement where I'm going, pushing, shoulders down, push back, and then up. So, like that. So literally, I'm trying to get my arms to go like that. But obviously the resistance is such that they won't. That brought the tricep out right nicely. And also, you could potentially do it with a different grip as well. So instead of the palm facing backwards and out, you could do it with the, as long as your arms are straight, you can do it with the palms, the grip slightly different. So basically you'd be more kind of like that. But that is basically the 5, I think I showed you 5 tricep exercises there with the expander. They're all pretty good. They're all, use a lighter expander because of the fact that resistance like this is quite hard to do basically single joint movements with. My name is Russell Wilks, RUSSELLWILKS. This channel is Muscle Voodoo. Subscribe, like, etc. And I'll do more videos soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.